what's going on, Surprise Card Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty. Hey, a lot of stuff. Did you see the news? Maybe if you logged on to Instagram or saw some of the YouTubers talking, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with Terrestrial Festival. A bunch of new cards that we're talking about. A bunch of trainers. We're getting some of the SARs for all the Blueberry Academy Elite Four members. We're actually getting SARs for them. Kind of like this nice, like, Beatles style. You know, they have their own different, like, picture frame of what they're doing, what they're all about. Rhyfort's getting a card. You know, they're filling in the gaps of some of them that were missing. Time's getting one. Brassius is getting a card. We're getting a lot of stuff that's coming out. There's a bunch of new the SARs that were announced. A lot of cool ones. The Palafin looking absolute. Oh, you don't care about any of those, do you? No, all you want to talk about is those God packs. That the Evolution God packs everybody's talking about. So yes, it has been confirmed by breakers and people that are actually opening up this set that if you open up yourself a nice little pack of Terrestrial Festival, there is a chance. There is a shot, not for average people like myself or maybe even you, but like if you're opening up tons of these packs, I hope you actually do get one. Anybody's watching stuff, maybe the luck will be on your side. You can get a God pack full of all the SAR Evolutions plus the standard Eevee since. Oh yeah, that's the other kicker too. There's not just one SAR Eevee in this set. There's two SAR Eevees. One that looks ridiculously better than the other one. It's kind of a weird hodgepodge of a card where they got Eevee like all terrestrialized in front of a nice gourmet plate of food. It's like, hey, here's a nice like little setting of some food right here. Fucking throw Eevee on top of that. Throw the Crystal Hat Eevee right on there. Just slap that sucker on there like it's flex tape. Just throw it right on there, dude. But it works. It actually is a pretty good looking card. Tons of SARs were announced. We're seeing Cerulege SAR. That's looking cool. We got Palafin that was announced. We're getting better looks at some of the other ones too. We're getting a lot of stuff with this set. And I think that's one of the things too. God packs aside, a bunch of other things aside too. There's also Master Balls people are looking at too. A ton of the Master Balls, and it's confirmed that they're textured. And now it does not look like there is one per box at this point though. That was kind of one of the previous things that where it was like, oh, like maybe the Master Balls will be one per box or something like that. It looks like you're going to get two of the Pokeball ones. That looks consistent. But your actual Master Ball variant, which could be allegedly one of any of the cards in the actual set, including Evolutions, just as like you're seeing right here. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit wild for some of that stuff, and they actually look pretty good. The texturing for it's nice. Reminds me of the cracked hollow that's going on for like some of the previous high-class sets and stuff. And that's kind of one of the crazy things. Like God packs aside, Master Balls aside, reverses aside, this set feels truly, in my opinion, like a high-class set. It feels great. It's reminding me a whole hell of a lot, just like Ultra Shiny GX. And never you mind, the hype for that set was absolutely insane too. Anybody that was around that time, Ultra Shiny GX, you don't believe me? Go watch an old Max Mofo video about it. Go watch him talking about the crazy pokey pandemonium that was going on with that over shiny black Charizard. That sucker was selling boxes. That sucker was making... You want to talk about Charizards nowadays? Nah, that Charizard put his big ass dick on the table and was like, yeah, I'm selling this set. This is what it is about, boy. And yes, of course, there were Evolutions in this set too. There were some good ones, and I think these are still some of the best Evolution cards we've got in the Ultra Shiny GX ones. But things aside, this set feels truly like a high-class set. It feels truly like there's something in it for everybody. And, like, everyone's not going to like everything about the set, okay? There's going to be people that massively critique certain aspects of it. There's people wondering why fucking Palafin or, like, the Ogre Pawns are getting more SAR set stuff. Why is Terapagos and that stuff as well? I truly think a lot of these cards look very nice. I truly like the focus on the next-gen Pokemon while going back and throwing this down. Like, dude, this could be a bigger Eevee Heroes set than Eevee Heroes itself. It has a lot more Evolutions in it, as opposed to like Eevee Heroes leaving out Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon, and delegating those to being fucking promos or like tournament promos. Don't get me wrong, the arts are great, but the other thing that said really didn't, they never included Eevee before, actually, in that too. Like, yeah, the Evolutions are cool, but what about poor little Eevee right there? And Eevee is getting some respect on that name. Eevee's getting two SAR cards now, and that's absolutely cool. And then if Evolutions aren't your thing, there's tons of other Pokemon that are getting that stuff in that, like the Gimmighoul, the Goldango, and the Gimmighoul is the baby form. The Goldango in that set, that's still one of my top cards. I'm looking for that stuff. The Blood Moon Ursaluna, the Terapagos, the Glaceon's looking real cool. I saw a nice like up close picture of that with like some texture for it, and man, did they just knock that absolutely out of the park. Glaceon being best evolution for sure, and of course all the other ones look great. You pull a God pack of something like that though, that's gonna, I don't know, like God packs, looking how God packs look, that might be one of the better God packs we've seen since like Tag Team All-Stars. Tag Team All-Stars had a goated lineup for God Pack, in my personal opinion. Had a nice little diverse mix of trainers, full arts, and a couple of the alternate arts usually included in that as well. The trainers in the set absolutely are fucking knocking it out of the park for me. They're doing the one thing that I really had a major complaint about and filling in holes where they did not give certain characters, even if they're not getting them SARs, even if they're not doing that, they're still giving them an actual full art card so you can put it in there. With Rhyfort getting one greatly. Like Rhyfort, ooh, that card, you guys knew what you're doing with that. If you gave her an SAR, it would have been too powerful. You don't want to give too much power to fucking Rhyfort over there. I love the Treasures of Ruin story background for her as well. I love the little devious nature. They gave Janine a SAR, and Janine is a super cool gym leader. I'm really happy they did that as well. They're showing some love for the Blueberry League, giving all the ones like SARs and stuff like that too. Some people are going to say they're kind of boring. Some people are going to say they're kind of bland. I absolutely disagree. I think it actually just shows off their personality and what they're all about very well. And just, if you played the game, you like that aspect of it, the DLC, I truly do think you're going to like that stuff. This set truly has a lot going for it and a lot of different things that I think will massively appeal. Oh yeah, the gold cards. Let's not even fucking get started about the gold cards yet. I know that's not the thing most people are like super excited for, but man, the gold cards actually do look pretty good. With Pikachu probably being the big lineup one that people are going to be talking about too, but they had that Iron Leaves. Let me try to remember this right. I don't have it in front of me, okay? Iron Leaves. They had Teal Mask Ogerpon, they had Terapagos, and then they had one more. So it's Pikachu, so there's 5 total. Give me 1 second, I'll think about it. It'll come to me. Walking Wake, that's what it was. It was Walking Wake, I remember now, because it's the Raptor Suicune, dude. Like, in my opinion, these ones are actually pretty good. The Pikachu especially, for the actual terrestrial gem that you can see on it, the rainbow pops off of it really well. The gold cards are never really the big hitters of the set. They're never really the go-getters of the actual thing, minus, of course, Crown Zenith and V-Star Universe, but they look good. They definitely, in my opinion, are a decent step up from the ones from Shiny Treasure EX, and honestly, this set as a whole is a big step up from Shiny Treasure EX. Yes, it would have been better if we had gotten some ARs in the set as well. Yes, it would have been, but I mean, I think the guaranteed SAR Japanese, SAR that's coming out in the set, I think that's going to suffice for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be chasing like some actual reverse holos, some Master Balls, some Pokeballs, and then just the addition of getting like all the SR trainers in there, that's going to be a super cool thing. Possibly getting a gold. It's going to be a set that's going to do really well. And I think people that were in denial before, I don't think it's going to be something they can deny before. If you truly don't like the set, hey, that's one thing. But I think a lot of people just riding the fence about the entire set. I think they're going to be bought over real quick. And I think the fact that God Packs are going to exist in there for evolutions as well, I hope people can still get the boxes. Once again, there are still people charging about $58 a box on fucking Instagram. If you look, you can find people. They usually have limits on their product. You can still get these boxes and not pay $100. You're already doing better than Shiny Treasure EX before that fucker came out last year. So you're doing better. You want a couple boxes. You want to secure that stuff. Go for it. Once again, Poke&E. I have a code through that. Opossum gets you $5 off any order, $50. I'll leave that in the description below if you want to do that. Feel free. No obligation. Do what the hell you want. There's plenty of other people you can buy from too. There's plenty of other people. eBay sellers. There's people on Instagram. There's people that are selling these boxes, okay? I truly think this set is going to be a set of times. I really do think it's going to be a very good one. And it is setting and raising the bar just like Sword and Shield did, where Sword and Shield did have VMAX Climax. I think that was an absolute banger of a set. Absolutely elevating everything all the way up. And hopefully for year 3 for Scarlet and Violet, they'll just keep it going and fucking raise it again, just like they did for V-Star Universe. I think Scarlet and Violet's going to go down as one of the GOATs. I really do. Scarlet and Violet, I think, won a lot of people over, and in multiple different ways. Not just the terrestrial or the shiny crown hats or anything like that. I truly think the art that's coming out of these sets are really selling people too. That's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin Gang. Let me know what you think about that stuff. A lot of lore dump for this thing, but I think it was worth it. See you later, Virgin Gang. Have a good one, man. Thinking about the old sets too, freaking Ultra Shiny GX, that was a set. 35, big shinies, and then 35 SAR cards in this set for terrestrial. Coincidence? I don't know. I'm a numbers guy. I'm fucking Mason. I do think about the numbers. Coincidence? I think not.